Hello, everyone. Good morning. How's everyone doing? You want to see my view? I always come at this time because the sun is hitting right where I sit. Just a little refresh in the morning. Um, so what do we want to talk about today? So we got to talk about something really important that not a lot of people really talk about. You know, there's a level of loneliness that's really existing. Like people are alive, just existing. They're not really like living, right? And I used to be one of those people. I kind of am still, you know, but I'm working on something very emotion based, and I'm trying to make it very personal but also make it very real, and give examples of my life and the things that I had to go through to learn what I learned, right? So it could be somebody else's where they don't have to go through the steps that I went through to learn, and to be aware. So just writing this course and writing all of the things that helped me through it is kind of like a little bit challenging, you know, to come up with the perfect words. And I don't want to do it alone. So that's why I keep asking, hello, hi, CJ. That's why I keep asking for some kind of somebody to work with, a team. I need a team, to bounce ideas off of, to get um to just have that that support system to write with me and to tell me their experiences, so that way, it's not just hello, not just one way, if that makes sense. So this course is something very, very, very important to me, because it's literally going to change or enhance the way that we look at life and the way that we look at our emotions and the way that we talk to ourselves, right? Because that's a big one too. I used to be so harsh on myself, where just showing emotion about something was like weakness for me, you know, until I started seeing the emotion go into every single part of my life. Because I wasn't feeling it, I felt weak if I cried, or I felt weak if I showed somebody that I cared, or whatever the case is, you know? When in actuality, it's the opposite. It's weakness when you don't show it. It's weakness when you don't cry. It's weakness when you don't express what you feel. And that's what this course is all about. It's really about, I don't know why I get so winded when I go on this trail, but it's all about real life experiences and real life solutions, right? And the solution is always within us. Okay. So that's what this course is really all about. It's just emotional regulation and really going in depth and trying to understand who you are and how you react, and a healthy routine and creating a healthy routine for yourself. So I'm in the draft process. I'm in the I'm in the drafting process. And I really, really didn't want to start it until I had a team, but it's just like, I don't know, it's not happening. But and that's the whole thing. It's like I kind of looked at it like, ooh, like working together with someone. Oh, that's my teacher. Hi, good morning. I remember you from Lori. He's my teacher from middle school. Isn't that funny? Which most of my emotional upbringing was in middle school. Isn't that crazy? Like we learn how to deal with our emotions at such a young age, but yet we take it with us everywhere we go. Everywhere we go until we're 80 or 90, we're taking the things that we learned in our adolescence and not molding them and not teaching learning different ways. You know, the whole point of being your own individual person is, yes, you have a family that you love and you care about, but there's certain things that happen, or there's certain things that you learn in that process that don't accommodate you as a person, because everybody's different. The way that I handle something is not going to be the way that other people handle something. Like for me, I don't do well with disrespect. Like for me, the switch goes off in my head, and I just kind of, and that's the emotional regulation part. You have to learn that. I don't do well with people thinking that they're better than me. I don't do well with people thinking or anything like that, and that being projected onto me, right? I don't care what people think about me, but if it's being projected onto me, I have a right to defend myself, right? And so the whole point of the course is to defend yourself, but in a way that is solution based and not destructive based, if that makes sense, right? Like anger has never been a solution to any problem. Anger has never brought a solution to any problem. Anger is really your ego being tested, if you really think about it, right? Because when does anger come? It comes when with a heightened emotion of despair or sadness, or which is the initial emotion. Anger is not an initial emotion. Anger is a reaction to the initial emotion. And that's what this course is really going to teach you. It's just going to teach you to choose something else other than anger, to choose something that's going to regulate you and soothe you in a way that's not disruptive, in a way that's solution based. And that's the difference, you know? And I think every business should have this course be taught to their employees. Every single anything should have this course taught their children, taught to their significant others. It just makes you a better human. If you are able to see a problem and switch your brain into solution mode rather than reactive mode, you'll be a better person all around, right? You'll be a better person in every aspect of your life, whether it's your personal life, your business life, your work life, your employment, your spouse, anything, your father, mother, whatever it is. You'll be A1, better. Now, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all react, you know, and that's the whole point is when you train yourself to be to repetitively react in a solution mindset, or in a brave mindset, or in a courage mindset where you don't let fear take over, you're able to make better choices. You're able to put the bad choices on the side and think, okay, instead of reacting to this, should I remove myself or find a solution? Okay, now if you want to find a solution, there's a step by step. In your head, you have to find a routine that works for you to get yourself back to this level rather than that level, to regulate yourself. And that's what this course is going to teach you. It really is. Like, it's something life changing. And I'm taking so much time on it because I don't want to say perfect. I'm not going to say perfect, but I just want it to mean something. And I want the right team behind me and with me, not behind me, with me, working on this. It's so important. I can't do it by myself. So it's kind of like I always said, I'm looking for my people to help me in this process. I did start on it though. I just need I was kind of like macho girl, let me do this by myself kind of thing. But then it's going to do a disservice to what I really want to do, what the vision really is. The vision is to change lives. The vision is to teach people a different way of living and to really give them internal peace and to really be able not to need anyone, but to want people. Yeah, because we all need people in our life. We need people to get to talk to all those things. But nobody should regulate you other than you, if that makes sense. Nobody should, like, I always hear this issue. Oh, you made me do that, right? For somebody who has an anger problem. Oh, she made me do that, or he made me do that, you know? When in actuality, nobody can make you do anything. You chose to react that way. And this is what this course is going to teach you. It's going to teach you the choice is yours, and you choose how you get to react. And with a solution mindset, with a solution based mindset, you're going to look automatically, you're going to train your mind to look for a solution. If there is no solution, or if the solution is self betrayal, then you remove yourself without hesitation. That's the whole point. The whole point is not to make a problem a bigger problem, right? But to make a problem either be solved or remove yourself from the problem. So that's the vision. The vision is to put a stop to people feeling like they have to react a certain way, or they have to be revengeful, or they have to do this or do that because that person did that to me, or that person did that to me, which is the conversation I had with my son literally yesterday, you know, trying to teach him a different way. And that's the whole point. It's really like, if you want internal peace, you got to stop the problems. You got to stop entertaining problems that don't align with you, you know? Now, if they align with you and that problem has a certain level of importance to you, then your mind should switch automatically to a solution-based mindset. You know, okay, what can I bring to the table to solve this problem? If it means a lot to you, you know? If it doesn't, you just move on. No, it is what it is. So, yeah, so important. So, yeah, so important. Peace is really the vision. The vision and the mission is to create internal peace for every single person that's living. And I feel like that's a great purpose. Like, that's my purpose to teach people what I learned on this journey. Like, I was, oh, shoot. And that's the whole point is like, you don't see what I went through because you know how to fire your brain. It takes time, it takes persistence, it takes consistency, it takes willpower, it takes courage, it takes bravery, it takes so much things to look at something and be like, that's not good for me, push that aside. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case is. Like you want to eat a piece of cake. You can have a piece of cake once a month or once a week or whatever, you know? But if you have a piece of cake every single day, then you start to complain about your weight or you start to complain about your body or whatever. Who ate that piece of cake? You did. You know what I'm saying? Who allowed toxic people in their life? You did. It's not what somebody did to you, it's what you allowed them to do. That's the difference. That once you see and hold yourself accountable for the things that you allowed in your life, you're going to see how easy it is to remove those things. Your choice to remove things is going to be a piece of cake, literally. If you love yourself, that's the whole point. If you love yourself and you value your peace, you won't let automatically, it will be a natural reaction, natural, like moving my hand right now, naturally, you just remove people without thinking twice. And for me, the way that I live is a lot of like if people take it as arrogance or whatever, but that's just a short source of manipulation to manipulate you into thinking you're the one that's wrong. It's not arrogance, it's self-acceptance, and nobody's gonna come. You need to make that rule and boundary for yourself. Nobody's gonna come into my life and be disruptive and create chaos, and I'm just gonna allow it. Nuh-uh, that's not how it works. You know? That's what you need to say to yourself. And that's what emotional regulation is like, okay, I found this level of peace. I'm not letting anybody destroy it. I'm not letting anybody come near it. Just like a vote. Literally a vote. You put a vote around it, get away. You just say, get away. You're causing too much issues in my life, you know? Just like that. Good morning. Oh, don't know how to think. It's so funny though. It's really like I'm just touching my back real quick. I don't know why sometimes this trail makes me feel so winded, even though it's not a really hard trail. But I think it's my allergies. Good morning. So that's my rant for today, guys. Hit the follow button and set your reminder up so every time I come on live, you can get a notification Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you all. And spread the word. Spread the word about my mission. Spread the word about how important it is to learn this and to make it a part of your value system. That's the point. To make it so important that it's a part of your value system and it's what keeps you aligned. Because really, it is that important to have your emotions down pack, you know, to be able to have a problem and think, okay, how am I going to fix this problem rather than feel sorry for yourself or blame somebody else or, react in a way that's disruptive or anything like that, you know? Chaos is not meant to stay in our bodies. Chaos is meant to arrive and to be released with a solution. It's that simple, you know? And that's why you have so many people, older people, that have so many diseases and have so much misery in their life and have so much like stuff like that. Like they look at other people and they gossip and all this stuff because that's something that they're used to. Like they're used to chaos being in their life. Like I can't imagine myself sitting and talking about another girl for hours and hours. Like that's crazy to me. That to me is crazy. To some people, that's fun. That's really, to some people, gossiping is fun. Isn't that crazy? Like maybe if they said it out loud and been like, wow, I spent 4 or 5 hours talking about this girl or talking about this guy or talking about this situation or whatever the case may be. Unless it's a person, hello, unless it's a personal thing, right? If you're talking about you and what you went through, that's perfectly fine. But if you're talking about somebody else and you have that much time, oh God, like you're literally creating chaos in your body, you know? Chaos is meant to come and be released. And your whether it's released in crying, whether it's released in writing in your journal, the healthy ways, or you get up and go for a walk, or you self regulate whatever your routine is, whether you pray, you meditate, you take the 5 minutes where you just sitting down and crying your eyes out, just feel whatever it needs to be felt for you to release whatever problem you have in your body. And then this is why my business is called Awaken the Glow, because what you're doing is you're releasing the chaos and your glow starts to appear, right? How many times have you seen such a peaceful person and they're just glowing, right? Because they're very accepting in who they are. They love themselves so much that they don't allow chaos in their life. And that's not arrogance. They don't allow confusion in their life. Don't confuse me. Don't send me signs, stuff like that. Clarity is peace. If you want peace in your life, you take the confusion out, and then that's it. You're good. Confusion is a disease because that's what causes the overthinking. That's what causes the, you know, chaos in your life. And for me, like if I'm confused about something, I'm not even going to think anymore about it. That's what I trained myself to do. If I'm confused and it's not clear, I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm just gonna, you know? And that's not a defensive way of thinking. That's really like I'm protecting my peace. You know what I mean? And so that's a solution mindset. Like, nothing in this world is gonna confuse me. If it's not clear, I'm not gonna think twice about it, you know? And that's a beautiful way of living, really, to be so self-accepting. Like, okay, I asked this question, or I'm not even talking about me. I'm talking about you guys. I'm not talking about me whatsoever, but I'm just using myself as an example. Like if there's an answer that's not that you if there's a question that you ask that's not answered with clarity, Just remove yourself. There's no reason. Oh shit. My God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking. Oh, such a beautiful day. So I guess my rant is done today. All right. Have a great day, everyone. I am a certified life coach. If you are interested in a one-on-one coaching session, send me a DM or send me a message and I will schedule an appointment with you. So keep in mind, keep your mind clear, keep your only have clarity in your life, and then the peace will automatically be trained into your mindset. And that's the whole point. The whole point is for peace to be trained into your mindset. Is to choose peace over chaos, to choose clarity over confusion, to choose love over hatred, right? Even if somebody else is showing you hatred, choose love and put your hands up to God and let God take whatever he needs to take in that situation. I always say this, Ya Allah, if I'm wrong, show me if I'm wrong. If I'm right, make it right. And that's it. That's what I say. Oh God, please make it right and give me the peace that I need from the situation or whatever the case may be. I'm not even talking about me, like I said, I'm talking about in general. You know, you can find beauty in every single thing in this world. Every single thing has beauty. Every single person has beauty. It's just been buried, buried on in literally the depths of their soul. Like if you see someone that's just a hateful person, that's a child that was never heard or seen. That's a child that never learned how to deal with their emotions. Because people are not born with hating souls. People are not born with envy. People are not born with things like this. They're really not. They're taught this. And that's the whole point. You can unteach yourself. You really can. And that's what my course is going to teach you. My course is going to teach you that whatever you were taught as a child, you can unteach it and find your own way. And it's so important. It's so important because you have to acknowledge that there's something wrong first. You have to acknowledge that you have a hateful soul. You have to acknowledge that you are a hateful person. You have to acknowledge that there's envy in your body. That you could look at somebody else and say and dispose all of your negative energy onto that person when they did absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's somebody that really needs internal work and acknowledgement to understand. This is what my course is for. It's for people like this. It's for people that don't know where to go and how to do things, and they want to learn another way. They made the choice to learn another way. That's the whole point. The choice was made, the choice was acknowledged, and the choice is made every single day, every day. It can't just be, oh, today I'm going to do my work, and then tomorrow I'm not doing it, and then today, no. Healing is a roller coaster. It's up and down. Some days you feel like, "Oh, I'm over it." And then some days you feel like, why did this happen to me? And then some days you feel that's the whole process. It's the whole process to find your way, right? And healing really is lifelong, especially if you went through so much traumatic things, and all a person wants when they go through trauma is just to be heard and feel seen, not to feel confused, to have clarity, not to feel hatred from people, but feel love and heard and seen. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if their intuition is saying something crazy. But anyways, so yep, I really enjoyed this live. Kind of let my feelings out. Not my feelings, but just I think the passion behind this project is something, that's where the perfectionism comes in. It's like I care so much, I want it to be perfect. And I promised myself yesterday I wasn't gonna say I want it to be perfect, but I feel like for my mind, perfection is has to be has to be the goal. And for me to say, "Oh, it's gonna be perfect," it's kind of reassuring my mind that it's gonna be perfect. Look, you're doing it. You're doing it. You know? So please look out for the launch of this course. And if you know anyone who's interested in the psychology behind emotional regulation, or who wants to be of assistance, who wants to be a part of this movement, really, because it's really a movement, who wants to be a part of this movement, please send them my profile and let them contact me. I appreciate you all for coming in, and have a great day. Have a blessed day and have a balanced day.